Hello, what is up everybody? It's me again, Whirlwind Boom, coming at you with another video. I want to ask you, did you ever have a good childhood? That really depends for each individual. Some of us have had really good childhoods growing up. Some of us have had safe and protected, albeit boring, lives. And for most other people out there, life completely blows. Well, I bet you wish your childhood was as good as these people. You may have noticed that in the vast majority of video games, the main protagonist happens to be a child. Or if not the main protagonist, it can be a member of your party, or a major character who is an NPC. Some kids in video games are more memorable than others. The reasons for this is that they can have made many appearances or have a memorable personality. We have so many memories of them that we will never forget them. And so, that is the reason for this video. To show you the top 10 kids in video games. But before we get started on this list, there's some things that we have to cover. 1. They need to have made a couple of appearances, not just one game. 2. They need to have had enough fame and popularity to be on this list. And 3. One kid per franchise. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the top 10 kids in video games. Here we have one that you sports fans might like. Ness, Earthbound/Mother series. Ness looks like your average sports hobby tyke, but don't let this appearance fool you. He's actually pretty dangerous. Ness comes from the little town of Onett, where he lives peacefully with his family. He loves playing games with his neighborhood kids, and especially enjoys doing yo-yo tricks and playing baseball. He's so much of a baseball fanatic that he uses that sport as his main method of attack. He'll hit you right out of the park! He is gifted with magical powers called Psi, Psionics, or PK, Psychokinesis, that varies between their users. He also has the power to use each of the 8 Your Sanctuary locations to add some notes to the Soundstone. Ness has a magical destiny of defeating Gygus, along with 3 other individuals which eventually he meets, who are Paula, Jeff, and Pooh. Yeah, I know, weird one, that last name. I really believe he's formed a friendship with Lucas, the protagonist of Mother 3. As Ness and Lucas are from the same franchise, despite different names, those two really have become close. In the Subspace Emissary, Ness saves Lucas from Porky Minch. He gets kidnapped by Wario afterwards, and Lucas sets out to save him. And just when all hope seems lost, he's revived along with Luigi by King Dedede, and the 3 find it and revive all of the other characters for the final battle with Taboo. You'll want him to be on your team in RPG battles, or going for the big leagues as much as he is the number 10 on this list. Home Run! The Arcana is the means by which all is revealed. Your fate is in the cards. And people who know those will also know this one saying. Strength of heart, when united, is barred by no door. And what kid knows this better in a group than Ken? Ken Amada, Persona series. One of the strongest youths in video games. Ken is a young and mature boy from Iwatodai City, and is currently a student at Gekugan High School. Ken was part of the Special Extracurricular Execution Squad, or SEAS for short, that were a group investigating Tartarus and the Dark Hour. Ken was a social link for the Justice Arcana, and was one of Minato Arisato's closest friends. He is capable of wielding a persona, which is a manifestation of the host's inner thoughts and a tamed shadow. Ken's persona, Nemesis, and then later Kalanemi, was what he would use to fight shadows and even other Persona users. In Persona 3, he was 11 years old, and even as a kid, he could hold his own in battle and fight like a true soldier. Even when he couldn't use his persona at times, like when afflicted with status problems, he is a master of spear techniques and fighting styles. And he grows all the more powerful by simply experiencing changes in his heart. One of these changes was when he infiltrated SEAS so he could kill Shinjiro Aragaki, who accidentally killed his mother, and his chance for vengeance was robbed by Takeya Sakaki. However, Akihiko Sanada helped him move on from this, and he vowed to fight until the bitter end. Another change was in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, which was 2 years later, when he, as a 13-year-old, stepped up to fight his doppelganger to prevent Kanji Tatsumi from being killed just like Shinjiro. He has good manners and never misses a chance to show others respect where it is needed. He has a desire to continuously improve himself so he can protect his peers.
I'm home, Kadomaru.
He even forces himself to drink milk even though he doesn't like it, so he can develop a stronger body. Now that is determination. As well as he is now, I can tell that he will grow into an even better man. Kanamada takes the number 9 spot on this list.
Man, you were amazing.
Thanks for cheering for me.
You're a real hit with the ladies.
I'm gonna get going for today.
Okay, you better be this good next time, too.
Leave it to me.
You know, a sweet little girl seems to be what everyone loves, right? Well, does that happen to include animals and monsters as well? Well, with the special power that Maria has, I'd have to say yes. Maria Renard, Castlevania series.
That's me!
One of Castlevania's most memorable characters. She can be quite clumsy and goofy at times, but in general, she is a free-spirited girl who loves to play and is always happy wherever she is. She hates evil and injustice and faces the guilty ones with the utmost bravery.
I may be cute as a button, but I'm tough as nails!
She possesses the ability to control animals, even the celestial beasts, into doing her bidding and attack enemies without a single concern for themselves. I don't think this is okay, because she controls them instead of the animals choosing to help her off their own will. The animals could die in the attacks of enemies, and they wouldn't even know what happened to them. That is what I think is depressing about this. I love animals, and I form a connection with almost everyone I meet, but I wouldn't brainwash them into giving up their lives just to save my own. Maria is the combat partner of Richter Belmont, the most powerful Belmont there ever was.
Completely impossible! Beaten by a little girl?
Ha! Didn't you know? Good always wins!
Her sister Annette is Richter's girlfriend, and eventually they get married, and Maria becomes Richter's sister-in-law. Her power is said to be even greater than the Belmonts, hence the reason why Eric Lacard sought her out. She is currently together with Alucard, who she seems to have a romantic interest with. We get to see her age throughout the series because she is shown in different ages the most of all Castlevania characters. She is 12 in Rondo of Blood, Dracula X Chronicles, and Harmony of Despair. She is 15 in Judgment, and she is 17 in Symphony of the Night. Just like she has dominion over animals, she has dominion over the number 8 spot on this list. For those of you who want to be the very best you can be, you gotta catch 'em all. And who would have thought that such a simple name could be given to a popular kid? Red Pokemon series. In the Pokemon games, you play as a silent protagonist who embarks on a journey to become a Pokemon master by defeating gym leaders, the league and champion, along with a villainous team. Red was the first trainer anyone has known since Pokemon first started. In the games set in the Kanto region, which are Red, Blue, Yellow, Fire Red, and Leaf Green, you play as Red, or Leaf if you chose to play as a female in the remakes. Any other protagonist has either been mentioned or left completely absent. Red is different because you could actually encounter him when you play as other protagonists. Since he was you in the beginning, you wouldn't think that you'd actually have to fight him. And boy is he strong. He is fought as the final boss in the games set in the Johto regions, which are Gold, Silver, Crystal, and the remakes Heart Gold and Soul Silver. There, he is defeated by new protagonist Ethan. He could also be defeated by Chris in Crystal if you chose to play as a female, and Chris's remake replacement, Lara, if you chose to play as a female in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Red can also be fought in Stadium 2 and the World Tournament in Black 2 and White 2. Red certainly has left his mark on the Pokemon world. He was so popular, he even made it into Super Smash Bros. Brawl as a character, where he used a team of Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. I also love how they portrayed him in Origins. He really had a strong bond with his Charizard, just like I had. And I wouldn't expect any less from Ash Ketchum's other self. Just like the color itself to fill in a shape, red fills the number 7 spot on this list. If there's one thing that touching, well-written, and dramatic series have taught me anything, is that the light of your own heart can cut through the most infinite darkness of the world. And what kid have we to teach us that better than Sora? Sora, Kingdom Hearts series. Here we have a protagonist that has ties with other franchises such as Disney and Final Fantasy. Sora is a young boy who has the purest of hearts because he is so kind and understanding of others. Sora also has a bit of a comical side to him, making him really quite funny at times.
We may never meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
Is that supposed to be Leon?
He is always willing to help his friends no matter what, and comes back for them every time. Never afraid to be himself, Sora values his connection to his friends and gains strength to fight for and protect them. He is from Destiny Islands, where he lives in peace and happiness with Kairi and Riku, along with other Final Fantasy characters, Selphie, Tidus, and Wakka. He has a pretty good home here, but still he, like his friends, have a dream of escaping the islands and seeing other worlds. However, during a storm of darkness, his island is destroyed, and he is sent on a journey that carries across many other worlds to find his friends.
No matter how deep the darkness, a light shines within.
He also becomes friends with classic Disney characters Donald Duck and Goofy, who are looking for Mickey Mouse. Luckily, he has the power to wield the Keyblade to fight enemies like the Heartless. Because of his status as a Keyblade wielder, he can freely travel across space to other worlds and form bonds with their people that stay with him always. A great, foretold battle awaits this youth, and he grows ever more powerful simply because of the way he feels about his friends.
How will you fight without a weapon?
I know now I don't need the Keyblade. I've got a better weapon. My heart!
Your heart? What good will that weak little thing do for you?
Although my heart may be weak, it's not alone. It's grown with each new experience, and it's found a home with all the friends I've made. I've become part of their heart just as they've become a part of mine. And if they think of me now and then, if they don't forget me, then our hearts will be one. I don't need a weapon. My friends are my power. The heart may be weak, and sometimes it may even give in. But I've learned that deep down there's a light that never goes out.
Hearts are made of the people we meet, and how we feel about them. They're what ties us together even when we're apart. They're what make me strong. I know the Keyblade didn't choose me, and I don't care. I'm proud to be a small part of something bigger. The people it did choose. My friends, they are my power!
He may not be muscular in body, but he is strong. Strong in the real way.
Then I guess I'm okay the way I am.
Just like he locks keyholes, he locks his place as number 6 on this list. There always happens to be someone who's higher up above us, right? Well, probably not more higher so than Pit. Pit, Kid Icarus series. Talk about a guardian angel. Pit is, believe it or not, a higher deity from the heavens. Just like many other Nintendo characters, he has a peppy and chipper attitude. In fact, he seems to have more character and background than anyone else Nintendo has created, making him quite unique. He loves to eat food, whether or not he's hungry or low on health, and likes to bathe in hot springs. He has a notable humorous side, as he enjoys cracking jokes and using battle-related puns. He really didn't have a personality in the games before Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but people see a lot more of his now in this modern age.
I'm back in the game!
I did not expect this from Pit when I first met him, but truthfully, he is one of the greatest and funniest guys I know, besides Deadpool, to continuously break the fourth wall.
But before we get started, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
And what's that?
Who is this Icarus character this game is named after? Can I meet him?
Actually, no.
Strangely, he seems to know of other game series and their characters, and references them quite a bit.
You know, Kameidos look an awful lot like little Metroids.
No! Stop right there!
What's the matter? All I said was that Kameidos look like little Metro...
I can't hear you!
Hey, what's your problem?
This game universe and that game universe have nothing to do with each other. So don't go around spreading rumors.
He watches over humanity from the land of Skyworld, where he serves the goddess of light, Lady Palutena. Pit is her most loyal servant and the captain of her royal bodyguards. In the front lines of her army, he fights with the utmost bravery and fearlessness.
Underling of Medusa floating before me! It's time for you to atone for your crimes! I am Pit, servant of the goddess of light! And you are history!
What was that all about?
Even though he has wings, sadly though, he can't fly on his own, and requires the ability to be given to him by a higher being like Palutena or Viridi, for example. He is also a master at arms, making the best use of any kind of weapon that he may find on his missions to fight against otherworldly monsters and villainous gods of the underworld. Fly alive with the high five. Pit takes off to have the number 5 spot on this list. Where every gorilla is, there's bound to be a monkey. And nothing more wild than a monkey sporting a Nintendo cap. Meet DK's best friend and little sidekick, Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong series. He lives with his role model and idol, along with the other Kongs, on Donkey Kong Isle, alternatively called Congo Bongo. As you can obviously imagine, with him being a monkey, he loves to swing through the jungle and eat bananas, which is nothing short of a no duh. He has mostly played second banana to the Banana Slammer, but Diddy Kong has been on adventures of his own. He seems to be the more playful and silly one out of the two. Even though he isn't all muscly and buff like Donkey Kong, he doesn't need pure brawn to fight. Instead, he is quick, agile, and has experience shooting nuts out of miniature log guns and flying using a barrel-made jetpack. Here's a little bit of trivia for you. He was not made by Nintendo. He was really created by Rareware Ltd. Sorry everybody, just because he wears a Nintendo cap, it doesn't mean he was made by them. If there was ever a living being with the title of King of the Jungle, I would call this little guy Prince. Diddy Kong swings into the number 4 spot on this list. Who would have thought that something so powerful could be so cute? And one of the best examples would be Kirby. Kirby from the, well, Kirby series. This adorable little guy has power, popularity, and sheer cuteness to be one of Nintendo's biggest superstars. He lives on the planet Popstar, despite the fact that he doesn't actually come from there. It is currently unknown where he truly comes from, but he sure feels like he's in the right place because he fits in with everyone. Well, everyone except for that jerk, King Dedede. He is a little bottle filled with joy, kindness, and love. And maybe food as well, since he's always hungry. Kirby can fly by puffing himself up full of air, and even shoot gusts of air at enemies. He also has the special ability to inhale foes and copy their powers to use for fighting. He could even fight without powers, like in Super Smash Bros. There are many abilities for him to use, making him one of the most versatile MCs I've ever come across in video games. And one of the youngest, I might add, what with him being a baby and all. What, you didn't know that? I shouldn't even have to say it. Just because he continuously kicks Dedede's ass and can fight toe-to-toe against Meta Knight, it doesn't mean he's not a baby. Regardless of his age, he is a hero. He has saved Popstar and other planets throughout the galaxy many times from villains like Nightmare, Marx, Magalore, and others. I had to put him on this list. How could I say no to a face like this? And with everything said and done, Kirby celebrates at being the number 3 on this list in the way he knows best. And cue the music! We know about mythical tales involving foxes having 9 tails, right? Well, foxes don't always have to have 9 tails to be cool. And this fox here only has 2. Tails, Sonic the Hedgehog series. Here we have young Miles Prower, but everyone just calls him Tails. He is Sonic the Hedgehog's best friend and one of his most reliable allies. Before he ever met Sonic, he was regularly teased about how intelligent he was compared to the masses of other people, and the fact that he has 2 tails, which is not something you would see on a fox. He was initially timid and lacked courage. Eventually, he met Sonic, who he immediately took an interest in. Sonic quickly opened up to him and accepted him for who he was, with the two becoming best friends as a result. Tails gained confidence, bravery, and independence from being around Sonic, and since then has become a hero in his own right. Despite his age, he is a genius. He is a talented mechanic and a wizard with computers and technology.
Alright, we good to go or what, Tails?
I built a TV out of paper.
Yeah,
And reprogrammed a supercomputer using dishwashing detergent and a toothpick.
I know.
So look, fixing a propeller on a biplane? That's about as difficult as taking a nap.
He can also use his unusual growth of two tails to work like a copter and fly short distances. Just like a child in real life, he evolves as he ages throughout the series. Tails looks up to Sonic as more than just a friend. He's his inspiration, his idol, his hero.
You too, Tails.
I owe so much to Sonic.
Although he does realize he can't depend on Sonic forever, and so when put in a situation where Sonic is not present, he learns to do things on his own. Who knows how many things there are that Tails can do which Sonic can't. Learning what you are good at and what you can be great in is what life is all about, and we all get an experience of that through his perspective. We finish up by declaring that Tails takes the spot on this list equal to his tails. 2. If you were tasked of thinking who would pop into your head first, given with the keywords fantasy and hero, there is a good chance that you would probably think of Link. Young Link, The Legend of Zelda series. The child hero of Hyrule. Link didn't even need to wait until adulthood to be a hero. He started this role in his kid years. As we all know, the Zelda series has multiple timelines that each have their own Link. But no matter which one we are dealing with, we acknowledge him as the series' protagonist. One feature in Link's personality that is greatly emphasized is his courage. Often depicted as a humble yet brave and courageous boy who steps up to the task of saving the Kingdom of Hyrule along with many others, a task to which he seems destined. He rarely shows signs of cowardice, and is always willing to use his strength and valor to save and help those around him. In addition, Link does not show signs of a strong and deep personality, nor does he present much of his personal motivations. The true reason for this blankness and apparent muteness lies in Link's own essence. He seems to be the personification of the immersion experience, and in that way he is an extension of the player, a link between the player and the Zelda universe. Miyamoto and Nintendo designers themselves pointed out several times that the focus of the series lies in the player's personal experiences and in the concept of the player being the hero, with Link as his or her avatar. He is the bearer of the Triforce of courage and spirit of the hero. He is quite versatile in other hobbies or talents, like sailing a boat, playing ocarinas, and driving a train, but overall, he is an expert in weaponry and a master of sword fighting, as he can use a wide variety of tools and equipment on his quests. One of the most important pieces of equipment he could ever wield in the series is the Master Sword, a weapon filled with the power of light used to repel the forces of evil. He has fought against many dangerous evils like Ganondorf, Girahim, Majora, Vati, and more. No matter who threatens the world, you can count that Link will be there to stand against them and protect his kingdom. And so, it is my pleasure to crown Link the greatest kid in video games. And there you have it, folks. The top 10 kids in video games. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, stay tuned. This is your host, Whirlwind Boom, twisting out.